Hi all, my name is Neasa O'Connor and I'm the International Recruitment Student Manager here at UCC for the College of Science, Engineering and Food Science. Today I want to briefly talk to you through the different programs we have across Thought Masters, research options and some postgrad diploma options we have as well, okay? So first of all, I suppose it's always very important about why we should study STEM at UCC. UCC and the College of Science and Engineering and Food Science, it's the #1 university for industry engagement. We have 24 STEM research institutes and centres, #1 university for research income. UCC holds the world's first green flag for a university. And we are located at the centre of Europe's biotechnology and ITC sectors. Okay, so huge amount of employment opportunities, and obviously that combines with the industry engagement and the research income that we are generating here as well, okay? So just a quick slide for the industry engagement piece. I think it's really important to see right across the board, across the different industrial sectors, how much engagement is happening with UCC, from the engineering for PMD, PM Group, Jacobs, from the pharma and biotechnology side, which is obviously a huge feeder and important, I suppose, employer and industry sector for our graduates. Pfizer, obviously we're seeing in the news with the vaccine at the moment, GSK, Dupuy, Janssen, Procter & Gamble, Eli Lilly, and a lot of these companies are on our doorstep in Cork City as well. We have the financial services, looking for people from our computer science and data science programs and our CUB school. And we have the ITC sector, obviously major employer here in UCC from the computer science side, and a lot of the programs in CUBS as well, okay? So a lot of opportunities. And then also the food sector, Danone, Glanbia, Kerry Group. These are world multinational leading food companies that are looking for our graduates. And obviously marine and energy, the renewable energy and sustainable energy side in our College of Science, Engineering and Food Science is incredibly important, and it's integral to our college here at UCC. Just to touch briefly again on the industry piece, because I know if you're considering studying a master's or postgraduate education, that looking for a job and having that job opportunity is incredibly important. It's a huge factor in why you choose a university and why you choose a program. So I suppose one thing that is incredibly important as a selling point to UCC and our college here in the field of STEM is the life science and engineering sector. 9 of the top 20 global pharmaceutical and biopharmaceutical companies are based in Ireland, okay? Cork and the Southwest region account for 50% of this. Those of you, I suppose, from a domestic and an Ireland setting will know of all the plants in Ringaskiddy and Little Island. And those of you from an international setting, these are 2 major industrial estates that are located just outside Cork City, where our campus is based, okay? And 4 of the top 10 medtech or medical device companies like Dupuy and Stryker are based here in Cork. And again, the food and FMCG headquarters. So this is feeding, I suppose, employment right across the university, not just in the STEM sector. Remember, a lot of these companies have shared service centres here in Ireland and are looking for graduates right across the board. But obviously these companies are looking for engineers of all disciplines. They're obviously looking for scientists, people in R&D, people working in the manufacturing side. So huge amount of opportunities are waiting for you here when you graduate from UCC. Again, just a quick overview of some of the headlines here that you can constantly see in the local papers and the national papers, and the amount of funding and how we are a thriving industry hub in the biopharmaceutical and the medical device area. And obviously I've already mentioned food. I suppose a key point here as well, I have touched on it before, it's industry. We're the leading university for industry engagement. And we're also the leading university for research income. And research at UCC is incredibly important, particularly if you're interested in studying in the field of STEM. Okay, because you really want to know that you're learning of innovative leaders in their field in the EU. They're involved in leading research in the EU. It's a leading research for innovation and commercialization, and we're committed transferring these discoveries from the lab or from the field work that is done to industry, okay? And we offer, I suppose, a really broad range of research capabilities on a single campus. So a lot of, I suppose, the real selling points is our research centers, okay? We have a huge amount of research centers. So obviously you might have heard of Insight for data analytics, the Tyndall Institute as well for photonics, the APC microbiome, a huge interdisciplinary research center, you know, really revolving around the bacteria in your gut and how it can solve real world health issues that we are facing. Okay, and what's really important about this is these research centers are really, I suppose, interwoven with UCC, and there's a number of other research centers, the MARI and the ERI. And what it means is that you're involved in innovative research, but a lot of these research centers also have interdisciplinary teams. So you might have people from the College of Arts and Humanities and also the Business School or the College of Medicine and Health. And everyone is working together from their own disciplines and skills to make sure that we come up with the right answers and solutions to problems that the society is facing right now. COVID-19, for example, climate change, for example. This is what we are prioritizing at UCC, is issues facing our society and how we can solve them. Again, another key selling point is the STEM community. You can see our leader here, Professor Sarah Cullity. She's an amazing, innovative woman herself who's incredibly supportive of diversity within STEM, and also, I suppose, inspiring a college where people want to study in and want to work in. And you can really feel that when you're working with our staff and, you know, when you get to know other students as well. And just an example here of the STEM community, why STEM Society? There's a whole range of science societies you can join here, biomedical, physics and astronomy, the Environmental Society. There's so many that you can get involved in within the STEM community that is outside your program and gives you an opportunity to get to know more people outside of your immediate circles. So just to touch on this briefly, this is a quick breakdown of the 6 streams within the kind of, I suppose it's easier to think of it this way. So if you are interested in any of these areas, we have programs and masters of interest to you. So obviously the life sciences, what I mean by that is kind of right across the biology and chemistry routes, feeding the pharma and bio industries, the engineering stream, food science, environmental, mathematics, computer science. So no matter what area we're interested in, we have an opportunity here for you, okay? So just to touch on, first of all, I suppose the research education. I've mentioned time and again already that we are the leading university for research income, okay? So we have MRESs, and what they are is, they are kind of, you get an option to do, let's say, 2 to 3 modules, and also 90% of this master's will be research based. And what I mean by that, these are independent driven research projects by you. And it means that you can really steer your course for a year within research and find out, is a career in research for you, or actually are you made out for that PhD route, or do you want to use this as an opportunity to go into industry afterwards? Okay, so again, we've 5 of these across some of the environmental areas and also the biochemistry and cell biology. Additionally, we have PhD opportunities right across the board through the sciences and engineering, and obviously the research centers are crying out for a lot of different PhDs in different areas. Additionally as well, we have a Master's of Science and a Master's of Engineering. And just to quickly touch on this, what that means is basically you will be someone who's incredibly interested in pursuing research. And you will identify an area of research that you have been involved in, let's say, for example, in your bachelor's or undergraduate degree. What you'll do then is you'll go and identify supervisors in that area of interest. And what you'll do then is 1 year to 2 years of research, hands-on practical research, where you are working in an area that really excites you. This gives you, again, an opportunity to really be creating solutions to the problems that we are facing in society, because you're actually directly involved in something that you have always had an interest in since you started your higher education, okay? So just moving on then to, I suppose, our thought education. So right across the board, you can see all the different streams I was talking about earlier. So for example, in the life sciences, we have bioinformatics, computer biology. You might end up working as a biostatistician, okay? Helping with data sets in a biological setting with a pharma company. Analysis of pharmaceutical compounds. We have 3 chemistry masters that feed the biotechnology and the pharmaceutical companies with highly skilled graduates, okay? And these all have 6-month placements. Right across computer science, you have different areas, whether you're coming from a computer science background or whether you're coming from another background which isn't computer science, but you want to get into that field. Okay, we've applied environmental geosciences. We also have a marine biology master's with a lot of fieldwork involved, which is very practical as well, okay? We have the 4 engineering masters here that are taught as well, right across the different disciplines. And again, these are feeding multiple industries in Ireland. The food area, we have food science and technology, human nutrition and dietetics in our School of Food and Nutritional Sciences. And we have food microbiology. And of course, last but not least, in the STEM area, we have 3 really strong mathematics programs. And just remember, I suppose a master's in maths is incredibly versatile. It is feeding right across the board of industry, financial services, ITC. But again, remember that a lot of those companies I mentioned in the pharma, bio, med device and food, they're looking for people with this kind of level of analytical skills as well, okay? Additionally then, I suppose this goes on to more, let's say, the science, engineering and food science. We have a lot of postgrad diploma opportunities as well. So again, you can see right across the board, statistics, food science and technology, marine biology. So a lot of different opportunities to move your education along here as well, okay? So I suppose just to really finish up about, why studying STEM is a good opportunity for you and why it's the right decision for you here in UCC. I suppose the field of health and life sciences and STEM, it plays a pivotal role in the world's economic recovery once we begin to return to normality. We've all experienced huge changes and huge challenges in COVID-19. And our scientists in academia, hospitals, pharma, our engineers, everyone is working together to understand this new pathogen and develop a rapid testing methods, responses, the vaccine. You've seen how fast Pfizer and other companies have been working. Okay, so this is what I suppose STEM is all about. It's an example of what STEM is all about. Other issues like climate change are huge examples of that. And for example, UCC here, we kickstarted straight away when COVID-19 kicked off last year to, I suppose, working again interdisciplinary so that you're really getting the best solution across our schools of medicine and in the School of Microbiology as well, and from the APC Microbiome, the Research Institute. You can see a collaborative approach to create and formulate a lysis buffer, which is isolating the viral RNA. Okay, so again, no matter what area you choose in STEM, you have an opportunity to create a solution that will solve real world societal issues. Okay, and again, I think this figure just shows how important STEM is, whether you're looking at COVID, life sciences, everything that needs to be done right now, or even looking at it from a climate change perspective. Everything is interwoven. The global recovery, community mobility, economic recovery, and all of these issues can happen when, I suppose, where STEM is at the forefront to solving some of these issues, okay? What's next for you? I hope I've given you a quick overview. There's a lot of information available today that you can check out. But what is next? Just evaluate what is important to you. Do you really want to make a positive difference in your career? And even outside of the technical skills that you either have or are going to develop, do you enjoy problem solving? Do you enjoy thinking innovatively? Okay, because we can really focus here in the College of Science, Engineering and Food Science on creating solutions for, you know, issues that we are facing that I've touched on, okay, today. And I think personally, I suppose I graduated from UCC in a career in STEM, in a degree in STEM, and my peers have ended up all over the world, honestly, in amazingly diverse and different positions, and all of them, you know, might have done similar things. A career in STEM is incredibly adaptable, okay? You have a myriad of different directions you can go in. STEM and you, there is so much opportunities and a world of career opportunities. Please get in touch with any questions you have today.